this is GamerDoll05. Before I start off with my top 10 favorite Pokemon of the Kanto region, I want a few things out of the air. In the Kalo's region top 10, it is highly likely that I call myself GamerGirl05. That is because I've only recently started this channel, and I still confuse myself with my name. And so I ended up, unfortunately, in that one, most likely calling myself Gamer Girl instead of Gamer Doll. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing is, I made 6 top 10 lists, one for each region, because I simply love too many Pokemon to actually make a top 10 list and still credit each of these Pokemon as they are. I really wanted to do a top 10 of each of the regions so you can see for each region which I liked and which I liked the most. Now, this isn't to say that the number ones are in that order my number ones too. Not at all, because another one would be the ultimate number one. Yeah. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. For me, for the 12th time, because I'm such a dummy that I kept saying Gamer Girl instead of Gamer Doll. So, moving on. Number 10, Horsey. I grew up by the sea, so it's no miracle that several water Pokemon are actually on my list. Horsey was my favorite of the Kanto region, and so it is in the number 10 spot. Squirtle, also a water Pokemon, is ranking a little higher at number 9. Now, those of you looking at this are saying, but I thought Horsey was your favorite water type. She is, but Squirtle is my favorite starter. It's the starter I always used out of fear of not being able to beat Brock with any of the other two. And it's the one that I came to love because it's blue. And I love blue, which you'll notice on these lists. Cubone. A lot of people are currently debating on whether or not its Pokedex entry is valid or not. I say, who cares about its entry? It's just a really cute Pokemon. Number 7, Eevee. There are 2 reasons why I like this Pokemon. 1, versatility. You have 3 stones in the Kanto regions, and more in the later regions to evolve Eevee with. And there are even some in the later regions that evolve with different ways. Different items, different things, I don't know, there are a lot of them, and they each have their own thing to evolve through, and I really like that concept that you have one Pokemon that's so versatile that it can go, I believe in the meantime, like 8 or 9 ways now. But Eevee just always stayed the cutest to me, and when I saw a Japanese version of Pokemon and heard that really cute Eevee, I can't do it, but it was really cute and at the same time really tough. It was like they were really going for that cute-ish boy type Pokemon. This idea of it being tough and cool, and yet still cute. And its voice, its Japanese voice, really captures that cute but I'm a fighter type attitude, and that's why Eevee is on number 7. Number 6, Vulpix. I love cats. I love foxes. They're like my favorite Pokemon, animals, and also Pokemon, I guess, because a lot of the Pokemon on my list can be classified as either a cat, a fox, or a dog. I'm not so much into dogs, but I do have 1 or 2 on my list, I think. But foxes and cats really draw me. And Vulpix I saw in the anime, and I just instantly loved this elegant fox Pokemon. And it didn't help that it gets a gorgeous evolution. Number 5, talk about gorgeous evolution. Dratini's evolution, Dragonair, really stole my heart. And it might be a bit of a surprise to you, but I hate Dragonite because We got this gorgeous, sleek, snake-like design, and when it evolves, boom, your basic dragon with wings and a big fat body. I vowed never to evolve my Dragonairs and never to trade them away, so they could never evolve. I love Dragonair just that much that I did not want it to be spoiled by becoming something that ugly. Later, as I grew older, I began to see the beauty in Dragonite in its own way, but I still maintain that Dragonite should not have been part of this evolution line, because Dragonair is beautiful enough to be an ending evolution. Then there is Pikachu, the game mascot. Now, a lot of people like this Pokemon because it's the game mascot and because it's nostalgic. I don't. I just like it because Pikachu is just a really cute design. And it's just friggin' adorable even in the games, and I just liked it a lot less in the anime and a lot more in the games. And that's just it. Growlithe. Growlithe was my first fire type. I loved Growlithe, but I did not, when I first played the games, know about evolution stones, so I ended up with a really high level Growlithe. And then my brother told me, if you put a fire stone in its face, it'll evolve. So I tried it, but I just didn't like Arcanine all that much. On my first run through of the game, I beat the game with a level 100 Squirtle only. And Growlithe was my second highest Pokemon in those games. Number 2, Mew. Now, I had a tough time deciding with this one and the number 1 Pokemon. And ultimately, I had to be honest to myself. I couldn't give Mew the number 1 spot. Because there was a reason why I like Mew that isn't entirely honest. You see, when I first played the games, I didn't like Mew at all. It was pink, it had an ugly sprite, and I didn't love it until later on. It wasn't until my brother's versions of, I believe, the Kanto region, of the Johto region, where he got a shiny Mew, that I began to first love Mew. Mew originally is pink. Pink, I have no problem admitting, is my least favorite color. I just really don't like pink, and I was so happy that this really cute Pokemon that later got a really cute sprite to go with it got a new evolution. And as I watched the first movie, I actually began to love Mew a little, but I was still put out by the pink. And then my brother got a shiny Mew, and I was, oh my god, they can be blue too? I friggin' love Mew. And so I came to love this cute little legendary. But unfortunately, because I don't love its pink form, I have to be honest, and it has to be number 2. Number 1, now this might be strange to a lot of you, because I've yet to see any Kanto top 10s, or any top 10s really, that even have him in there. Or at least, ones that were made before X and Y came out, and Mewtwo gained in popularity. Yep, Mewtwo is my number 1 favorite Pokemon. I saw the series before I played the game, and I didn't get to read the manga until this year. I really liked the movie version of Mewtwo. He was dark, he was broody, and he had that formula that really works for girls apparently, where you have a character that is so badass and still has some good in him, and that we girls can relate to, as in, we can fix him. Quote unquote fix, because he's not broken. It's just this formula in anime that is used in anime a lot, where they have one character that is like the anti-hero. He's bad, but he's not the bad guy. He later helps out the hero, and girls can really relate to that character, as in, well, a lot of girls like to write fanfics, let's not lie about that one, and they love to have their character, quote unquote, fix the badass character, make the badass character turn to the good side. And Mewtwo just follows that formula in the movies. He is bad, but he isn't really bad. And because we know from the series how he was created, we got this really good idea of how he came to be bad. And we can still like him because he's not really bad. He was just made that way. And there is still, hope for him to become good. I didn't really like some of the later things I saw where there was one thing I saw that recently came out with Mewtwo in it, and there are Mewtwo. Oh, the Genesect movie. That's the one that I was thinking of. And they had Mewtwo be like. For one, they gave him a girl voice, and after having known him through 15 movies of Pokemon, in which he more or less played no part or played a bigger part, he has always had a male voice, and I just was so put out that they put a girl voice in him. I was like, why did you not stay with the guy voice? The guy voice was dark and broody and awesome. And as I started watching the Genesect movie more, Mewtwo had suddenly resolved his issues. Sorry, I can't say her, no matter what voice they gave him. His issues. And was suddenly pro-human. And I was like, dude, we didn't even get a movie to segue us into he's starting to slowly trust people. It just went from the movie where Mewtwo returns and Ash saves his life, sort of, and he's like, I still don't trust humans, but, you're okay-ish. Maybe. Possibly. I don't want to admit it. And he had not resolved anything in that movie, and it just seems so strange that in a Genesect movie he is suddenly pro-people and pro-don't destroy these fools. And okay, they force it in there that he's saying that he's doing it because of the Pokemon and not because of the humans, but you can't just do that. If you want to include Mewtwo to promote its new form in a movie, at least keep the integrity of the character and just make it be all about the Pokemon and make him not stop to protect the humans. Because that makes no sense, because even in Mewtwo Returns, Mewtwo only helped the humans because otherwise they might discover his cloned Pokemon, which is another thing. Where the frig are all the clones? He left with them, He lived with them. So why is he here doing this? And I liked the premise of the Genesect movie, I just really hated what they did to Mewtwo. And I felt that he, sorry to say it so crudely, but he just got, I can't even say it. He just got the rotten end of the stick, and it really sucks. But Mewtwo will always stay my favorite Pokemon, and he will always be the broody, manly voiced Mewtwo that distrusts people. Because that's who he is, people. Yep. And with that, we have come to the end, finally, of my top 10 list, and I can move on to the Johto region. So see you there.